Governor Sanwo-Olu leads African leaders to unite against human trafficking, ritual abuse, sacrifice. National Emergency Management Agency receives 150 stranded Nigerians from Niger Republic. On the front in Ukraine, allies pledge to take Russian oil and gas off global market. And in sports, Super Falcons goalkeeper Chiamaka Nnadozie expresses delight in team's victory over Benin Republic in 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations qualifier. And now the details. I am Mike James. The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has called on African leaders to form a united front against human trafficking, ritual abuse and human sacrifice as he declared the inaugural 2025 Africa Colloquium Against Human Trafficking open in Lagos. Governor Sanwo-Olu described the colloquium as a defining moment for Africa's collective conscience, urging government and communities to work together to dismantle the networks enabling human trafficking and ritual exploitation. Sanwo-Olu reaffirmed the state's commitment through the Lagos State Task Force Against Human Trafficking, which continues to strengthen prosecution systems, rehabilitate survivors, and raise public awareness in collaboration with the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, and international partners. The Health Facilities Monitoring and Accreditation Agency, HIFAMA, has taken its sensitization campaign against illegal and unregistered health facilities in Lagos State continue to Yaba area, urging residents to be active defenders of their own health through the use of a new digital verification system. Addressing participants, Permanent Secretary of HIFAMA, Abiola Idowu, said Yaba's position as one of Lagos's vibrant communities made the campaign that seeks to place the power of healthcare monitoring directly in the hands of citizens crucial and timely. She explained that the agency's goal is not only to regulate health institutions, but also to foster shared responsibility between government and the people in safeguarding public health. It all described quackery as a silent danger in the healthcare sector, dividing it into two categories: outright quackery, where unqualified individuals operate as medical practitioners, and systematic quackery, where licensed professionals go beyond their approved scope. At a town hall meeting held at the Yaba Local Council Development Area (LCDA) Secretariat, the agency introduced a quick response code that allows residents to confirm the registration status of hospitals, clinics and maternity centers operating within their community. The Lagos State chapter of the All Progressives Congress, APC, has reaffirmed its unwavering commitment to renewal, accountability and sustainable political dominance. At the recently held Lagos State APC Stakeholders Forum, party leaders, elected representatives and members across all levels once again demonstrated that the APC is not merely a political party, but a living institution of governance, discipline and progressive continuity. Convened under the leadership of the state chairman, Cornelius Ojelabi, the Stakeholders Forum underscored the Lagos APC's time-tested philosophy of continuous reinvention, refining its strategy, strengthening its structures, and deepening its internal democracy to remain responsive to the yearnings of the people. The Lagos APC reaffirmed its role as the conscience and internal check of government, ensuring that officials remain faithful to the social contract with the electorate. The party calls on all members to remain steadfast and united, adding that the strength of the party lies not in slogans but in structures, not in propaganda but in performance. And now to the rest of the stories. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, in collaboration with various stakeholders, has received 150 Nigerian returnees from Agadez, Niger Republic. NEMA said that returnees arrived safely at the Aminu Kano International Airport, Kano. The agency, in collaboration with the International Organization for Migration, IOM, and other stakeholders, has facilitated the return of thousands of Nigerians stranded in other countries. NEMA said the demographic composition of the returnees included 88 adult males, 32 adult females, 14 male children, and 16 female children. The agency noted that, in line with the federal government's commitment to ensuring the safe, dignified and humane return of its citizens, the returnees were provided with immediate humanitarian assistance. Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum has called on the federal government to conduct an immediate and comprehensive review of Nigeria's air safety and defense mechanisms. Zulum made a call in Mafat town after Boko Haram terrorists reportedly deployed a drone to attack military formations in Borno and Yobe states, marking a dangerous escalation in the group's operational capabilities. Briefing newsmen, Governor Zulum expressed deep concern over the emergence of drones as a new threat. The governor stressed that the threat extends beyond Borno State, calling it a direct concern for national security and urged the strengthening of Nigeria's borders and airspace capabilities to counter armed drone attacks by terrorists. While commending the Nigerian Armed Forces, Zulum called on citizens to cooperate with security agencies by reporting credible information about suspicious activities and also urged vigilance from local civilian joint task force members of CJTF members to complement military efforts. Legacy Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has congratulated business mogul and renowned philanthropist Sir Keshintun Adebutu on the occasion of his 90th birthday. Governor Sanwo-Olu, in a statement by Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Boyega Akosile, joined family, friends, associates, and people of Ikperu, Remo, in Ogun State to celebrate the business mogul who turned 90 on October 24. Sanwo-Olu, who is the chairman of the Southwest Governors Forum, described Sir Keshintun Adebutu as a national icon and respected elder statesman who has impacted many lives positively and served humanity passionately. Governor Sanwo-Olu said Sir Adebutu is a good example of a selfless leader who deserves all the accolades at 90 for his life of impact and positive contribution in different sectors as a business mogul, influential entrepreneur, and philanthropist. In some foreign news, more than 20 nations supporting Ukraine have pledged to take Russian oil and gas off the global market as part of efforts to pressure President Vladimir Putin to end the war. The United Kingdom and United States have in recent days sanctioned Russia's two biggest oil companies, while the European Union targeted Moscow's liquefied natural gas LNG exports. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who was also in London, said pressure on Russia was the only way to stop the fighting. Zelensky has long argued that US-made Tomahawks and European missiles would help make the war cost heavier for Moscow by hitting key military targets, including oil refineries and weapon depot deep inside Russia. Putin warned that if such weapons are used to strike Russian Federation territory, the response will be overwhelming. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer said this also includes targeting Russia's sovereign assets to unlock billions to help finance Ukraine's defense. Over to sports news. Goalkeeper Chiamaka Nnadozie has described the Super Falcons' win against Benin Republic as very important. First half goals from Chiwendu Ihezuo and Esther Okoronkwo and the Super Falcons a 2-0 win against Benin. In the first leg, second round of the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations WAFCON qualifier in Lomé, Togo, Nnadozie was in action for the Super Falcons and was impressive for the African champions. Reacting after the win, Nnadozie wrote on her X handle that this is an important away win in Lomé and the team will keep going. The winner over the two legs will qualify for next year's WAFCON in Morocco. That was our news at noon. Just before we go, use the walkway where available to avoid accidents. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, on Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. Visit our website at www.trafficradio961.ng. You can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio live on my Lagos app for timely updates. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration completed and inaugurated 34 roads at Koshofe, Shomolu, Victoria Island, and Ikoyi? Well, you can get more details on the Legacy Government website. And to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Legacy Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has called on African leaders to form a united front against human trafficking, ritual abuse, and human sacrifice as they declared the inaugural 2025 Africa Colloquium against Human Trafficking open in Lagos. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, in collaboration with various stakeholders, has received 150 Nigerian returnees from Agadez, Niger Republic. We also told you that more than 20 nations supporting Ukraine have pledged to take Russian oil and gas off the global market as part of efforts to pressure President Vladimir Putin to end the war. In sports, goalkeeper Chiamaka Nadozie has described the Super Falcons' win against Benin Republic as very important. And for contacts with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. And that ends the news broadcast compiled by Coyote Mafalasheri. Thank you for listening, Lagos. My name is Mike James. Good afternoon to you.